Masters. We are still with Chef Philip Golding, and tonight it's time for our main course. He's cooking with ostrich. Am I right, Chef Philip?
Yeah, we have some ostrich meat here. It's the ostrich meat to your back. And I'm actually brought you a little surprise tonight because I brought some venison in. So starting off with with an onion. You can use a shallot if you want. It's 3 times the strength of an onion. Stock here, chicken stock. Well-seasoned, flavoured chicken stock for the risotto. Start off with a touch of butter.
Put in the onions.
Lightly coat our onions, no cut rice.
The rice.
I worked in the mountains of Fuji in Italy many years ago, and they have some great white wines for cooking. So we've coated that down. Okay, at this point you can add also
olive oil.
A touch of great olive oil. We've got to finish off some Parmigiano Reggiano and some spinach, some blanched spinach. At this point I'll add a couple of bay leaves in there, and also we'll be finishing it off with a dash of cream. There are some risottos that you don't need any cream at all. So as that's nicely coating, we'll be adding our stock ladle by ladle, and that will be absorbed into the cooking of the rice, which will take around 16 to 18 minutes.
And that's a secret with cooking risotto. A lot of people just throw in everything together, you were saying,
yeah,
and you end up with lugao.
Like a lugao, and it's not cooked evenly. So you really have to continually stir the risotto, and as each ladleful of stock is absorbed into the rice, you then continue gradually to add ladleful by ladleful until it's cooked, taking 18 minutes.
Okay. You know it's ready for a ladleful when it's slightly dry, when it's being absorbed.
Exactly, exactly. So another 30 seconds, and we can add our next stockful.
And again, continuously stir.
And again, keep on cooking it.
So you want it soft, but not soupy.
Exactly, yeah. Stock has been completely absorbed by the risotto.
That's 18 minutes later.
18 minutes later, we will finish off now with 2 tablespoons of cream. Not too much. It's quite creamy already, the rice itself. We're going to chop this fresh spinach up. We'll chop the spinach. We will add parmesan, some fresh herbs again. There's some basil, some thyme inside there, and of course we don't need too much salt because the cheese is very, very salty already. We're going to add freshly chopped spinach. And then we have our risotto.
And again, nice and soft, not soupy.
No, it's supposed to be like that, just coating. It just sways a little bit, just dances a little bit there. So, yeah, finished with the risotto.
Okay, so we're done with the risotto, and now it's time to go to the ostrich.
Okay, so basically, just chopped up some onions here, some capsicums, so start sauteing that off. I'm going to cut like a noisette or a rosette of the meat. There's our ostrich medallion for cooking the meats. We're just going to finish this with a touch of sugar and vinegar. Okay, so as they're sauteing off, add a little bit of vinegar and a touch of, which I love, touch of honey. Smell that?
Yes, I can. That's red wine vinegar.
Yeah. Okay, so we've seasoned the 2 ostrich medallions, or we could wrap these in bacon again if you wanted to bring out saltiness, or Parma ham. You want to make sure your pan is pretty much hot for sealing this meat, otherwise it's going to boil. You only want to cook it medium rare. While those peppers are cooking down, we're going to stuff a courgette with a duxelle, which is like a mushroom filling. So I just gently take out the seeds. So Don will finish off the courgette. So we've blanched our zucchini and we've stuffed it with some duxelle, which is a little mushroom mix. We're then going to finally finish it with a little bit of sprinkled parmesan, and we're going to bake that in the oven for 4 minutes.
Okay. So that's going to blend in nicely with the bell peppers.
Yeah, that's going to give it a real interesting texture. You've got mushrooms, peppers, and a spinach risotto. You've got lots of colours going on there. Okay, I don't mind that I've got honey and a little bit of vinegar in there, because it'll actually coat my meat. There's no problem with that. It's nice to have those natural juices in the pan already. And then when we cook it, we rest it on a rack, so the juices actually drop down into the pan. The problem with cooking meats that you want pink or medium rare is if you put it straight onto the pan, it boils because of the contact heat.
So it's better to put it on a rack?
On a rack to let it rest, and then if you need to finish it off in an oven, you put it straight in the oven. It keeps the juices going down.
Okay.
Yeah? So you can see the smoke coming in it now. All right.
You're keeping them on the side of the...
Yeah, I'm still allowing the pan to heat up. I want to coat all the sides. I want to get it all nice and brown, yeah?
Okay.
When you do a medallion of steak or meat, if you see it grey and not caramelised on all the sides because it's not been properly pan fried. You really want... That honey really helps get a little bit of brownness on them as well, yeah? So basically we're sealing all the sides. So once it's roasted,
Rest it on a rack.
so we'll go back to our risotto. We want the plate to be nice and hot. Now I've stuffed zucchini. It's known as
Deglazing.
deglazing, yeah? The natural caramel of the... Then we have a nice jus that we made in the restaurant. A nice gravy. Which we'll finish off with some whole grain mustard. So we're ready to plate.
Okay.
Ostrich, venison is finished. Risotto's ready, finished. Sauce, peppers, and the zucchini stuffed with the duxelle and parmesan is in the oven.
Okay.
So we obviously want to serve this in a nice hot plate when it goes out into the restaurant. That is the pan-seared ostrich with a little medallion of New Zealand venison, spinach risotto, stuffed duxelle zucchini, and a little sweet sour capsicum.
That is a beautiful dish. And by the way, this is the first time you came up with this dish, right?
Yeah, we've cooked all the elements separately. We've cooked the ostrich and the kangaroo and the peppers and zucchini separately on different dishes. But for this time around, we wanted to put the three together because we felt that they would all work very well on the plate.
Mmm. Ostrich.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the venison. Ostrich really tastes like steak.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Very, very comparable
Very,
to
very
steak.
consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very consistent.
I see what you mean by a gamier.
The reason that we pair all our dishes with wines is because it balances the acidity, the fat, the gaminess. Mm-hmm. Wines are there to complement the meets the proteins.
Okay, quite comparable to lamb, but not quite, just taste-wise. For people who haven't tried venison yet, just slightly comparable to lamb.